Hi everyone, Rina Golan here. I've been asked to talk about how to travel as a woman on your own in India, or just as a woman really. So there is really important thing that you must know if you want to travel and keep it really safe for yourself. When I started traveling in India 22 years ago, there was hardly any alcohol. It was illegal in most places, and since alcohol came in quite strongly, porn came with it, media, and in India we look like a very easy kind of, going to bed with, because the movies, and for the Indians they supposed not to have sex before marriage, so it's just a little different culture. So you're just going to have to be extra respectful of the culture to make your life easier. So the first thing is, the Indians usually, you will see it when you're in cities, they dress differently. Just be aware of where you are. That's kind of for life, right? Look around, see how people dress up, how they behave. The first thing is cover your knees and your shoulders, especially if you go on buses and trains. Wear those kurtas, which are the long kind of outfits, they kind of, it's like a long shirts, almost like a tunic thing. Cover your knees and cover your shoulders. That will make your life super easy. Don't hold eye gaze. This is the number 2. So if a man in India gazing in your eyes, it means he wants you. If you gaze back, it means you are interested. So if they're looking in your eyes, then you're doing a very quick gaze and look back. So don't hold the gaze. Like, be friendly but assertive. This is for life, right? Like, put your boundaries. And if you don't want any of that attention, just be really quick, be respectful, but no nonsense, yeah? When you go up to buses and trains, then women sit in like different parts of the train or the buses. So just have a look. When you go up to a train, see where all the women sit. It's usually in the front, sometimes it's in the back. It just depends on the city. So, so definitely sit down with the women. Go up and go to sit next to the women and play with the kids, and they will love you for it. Just be authentic, be real, be a nice person, chill out, and they will love you, because actually the Indians, I found, are very tuned. They're very emotionally intelligent. So they really sense us, and they really read our body language and our behavior and our energies like kids. So be really clear, and just be confident and if you can. But if you're quite a timid person, then make sure that you travel with more people. The thing is, with confidence, and I want to say that actually, because when you meditate and when you do spiritual practices, that actually increases confidence. And the Indians really respectful for that. They're very tuned to that. They grew up with this culture, with meditation, and for them, yoga is part of their spiritual practice, and so they're sensing very subtle energies. So if you have your daily practice, if you have your meditation, you will walk with the back straight, and you will walk with confidence, and they will honor you for that, and they will respect you for that, because you respect yourself. So it does work everywhere in the world and everywhere in any aspect of your life, but definitely traveling in India as a woman on your own, that will really help. And no touching. So if an Indian man come and put his hands on your shoulders, or just kind of a small touch, they will never do it with an Indian woman. So if you allow that, you are easy. And we usually allow that because in our culture it's fine if a man, just kind of give us a tap on the back or whatever, yeah. But in India, it's not acceptable. So if they do it and it's kind of very short and you don't want to go into conflict, that's fine. But if they leave it for long, you just kind of move his hands, give a short gaze of like, no, thank you. And they will respect you, because if you respect yourself and you respect your body, they will respect you. But that's life, right? Stay in your guest house or in your hotel after sunset. Don't go out. Women in India don't leave the house after sunset. So if you are, just make sure that you are with a group of friends and you know exactly where you're traveling. I wouldn't recommend to do it in Varanasi, but like I'm here in Mysore and it feels totally safe to do that. So just be aware of your environment and ask around. Ask the people, ask the local, ask the people that have been there before you, and tune in. I personally never take night buses anymore. I did it a few times. It's not comfortable. Nothing ever happened to me. Sometimes it's full of families and it's really sweet and lovely, but sometimes it feels quite dodgy. I personally would not do it again. So yeah, just see how you feel. If you're with a group of people or another friend, it might feel better. But you know, last time I was in Pondicherry, I took a night bus. I said I want to sit with the women. They say no problem. But then there was no women booked on the bus. So I was just one woman with a bus full of men, and it was really not a fun experience for me. Nothing happened. They were very friendly, but I just couldn't relax really. If something happened, if you're in a big city and somebody's touching you, raise your voice, because the locals don't want any problems with tourists. And they're just actually quite respectful, the Indians. They have very strong community sense and respect. So if you raise your voice, the locals will come and take care of the situation. India is the land of karma. Whatever you're going to put out will come back to you 10 times stronger and faster. I never experienced it so strongly like in India. Everywhere there is a law of karma. Whatever you put out will come back to you. But in India, it's 10 times, if not 100 times stronger and faster. So if you are in a beautiful space and you do your practices and you're in a meditative space and you're really authentic and you're respecting the culture, you're not coming here because it's a cheap holiday, you're coming here because you're coming to learn their philosophy, their culture, and you're respectful, you will receive it so beautifully back. This is why I'm so in love in India, and this is why it's my 12th time in India, and I spent here 12 winters, and I love this place, and I every time receive huge gifts. But you really have to tune yourself into the culture, and the best way to do that: meditation, yoga, learning the philosophy, learning their cooking. Just tune into the culture, and they will respect you back. And the last thing that I found really helpful when I travel on my own, I just ask for help. So if I take a bus, I will ask the people that buy it, is it safe for me to take it on my own as a woman? If I leave the hotel and it's very early in the morning, before, like 5 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark, I will ask the hotel manager if it's safe for me. And I received the most beautiful support, and it actually came from men, because I showed my vulnerability as a woman and I said, is it okay for me? And they put me on the train, they drove me all the way there, they made sure that I'm sitting on the right bus, they talked to the driver, they've been like super, super cute and safe and supportive. So ask for help, be a woman. It's nice, men likes to help when we ask for help. So it's also a nice, beautiful practice. Enjoy your trip to India, lots of love, and have an amazing journey in. Namaste.